Hello, welcome back to English with Nicky, and today we are going to see an interesting lesson, and we also got a guest in this video. Alright, let's get started. How are you?
I'm fine.
நீங்கள் எப்படி இருக்கிறீர்கள்?
நான் நலமாக இருக்கிறேன்.
¿Cómo estás?
Soy no.
¿Cómo ça va?
Tu vas bien?
어떻게 지내?
괜찮아요.
Good boy.
은민이 스포츠할게.
Wow, it was fun saying how are you in different languages. Guys, if you see most of the people when they meet someone, they ask how are you, which is quite common and usual. By asking how are you, you show that you're concerned about the other person. Fine. Do you know that we can say how are you in different ways in English depending upon the situation? Why do you need to say how are you in different ways? Probably you tend to show that I don't stick to the same words or phrase or sentence every time. Instead, I use a variety of words, phrase, and sentence. It also shows that you have improvised your language. Improvising your language is always helpful. Okay, here are 5 cool ways to say how are you in English. How are you doing? We are adding doing with how are you. And it's how are you doing, and if you carefully notice, it's not how are you doing, it's how are you doing. Are and you becomes are you, because in English we connect words together to sound better in pronunciation. So we said how are you doing. You can say hey, how are you doing. You can say hey Ruth, how are you doing. It is one of the simple informal way to say how are you doing. You can use this with your friends and your colleagues. You can say, how are you doing? How's it going? It has different things like how are you? How is your life going? How are things? Different things inside this, how's it going? And if you see, how and is contracted and it's like house, like we say H-O-U-S-E, house. How's it going? And it's not how is it going, it's how's it going, how's it going. Alright, I use this with my students when I enter a classroom. I ask them, how's it going guys? I have a friend from London who is my classmate. When he calls me, he used to ask me, how's it going Nicky? How's it going? By asking this, he's asking me how am I doing, how is life going, and different things connected to it. So you can also use this. It's how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? How have you been? How have you been? Now have and you becomes have you. Now if you put it together, it becomes how have you been? How have you been? This is really a great one. If you haven't seen someone a little while, you can patch up with them by saying how have you been? And it's a good opportunity for them to tell you something interesting they have done since the last time they saw you. It's also a great way to begin a conversation. It's how have you been? How have you been? How have you been? How are things? How are things? Again, this is a very nice way to say how are you. It's informal. Again, you might use this with your friends or colleagues. Just to sort of catch up to see what they have been doing. It's how are things? How are things? What's up? What's up? Which means what are you doing? What is happening? Or it is used as a friendly greeting to ask someone how they are. Alright? So what's up and not what's up. So don't get confused between up and up. So what's up is what are you doing or how is life. And WhatsApp is an application used to send messages, alright? So it's up, app, and we use up, not app. It's WhatsApp, not WhatsApp, alright? So use what's up, alright? These are the 5 great ways to say how are you in English in a slightly different way. Now you can stop saying how are you every time and start using these 5 ways in different situations. Practice it and start using it. I hope how are you in English is improving. Alright, cheers, bye.